love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship Rhetoric. Greetings and welcome to Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, unapologetically Angela, and on the show we have today Sister Alma Almaz. Yes, I thought it was always. I don't know what for the longest until right now. But I like Almaz, especially how you got that. That's really cool. So thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
I've been, most of the people that I choose, I either see them out in public and I'm like really interested about just who are they and how they connected. You're one of those people that I've seen out and about, but I follow your posts and some of the wild things. And I love your pictures and your self-expression. So that really made me like, okay, well, let's see what Alma's about. So thank you for letting us dive into your world.
I'm honored that you asked me. I was like, oh, she picked me.
You're so crazy.
She picked me.
Okay, so tell us about Alma. Are you from Memphis? Is this your home?
Well, I'm not originally from here, but I consider myself to be a Memphian.
Okay.
My parents met when they were in the service, so we did some traveling around. We moved here in '92, so I think I was going to the 3rd grade then.
Okay.
So we've been here ever since then. So I'm a Memphian.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes.
With a little sprinkle of everything else, I guess.
I got you. Okay. Okay. So how have you, well, since you are a Memphian, your process through Memphis and growing up in Memphis?
Well, when I first moved here, I was like, when we leaving? It was a big shock to me, but I wasn't used to being somewhere for longer than a year or two.
Gotcha.
So then the years kept going. I'm like, why we still here? And then I realized, oh, okay, we're not going anywhere. My dad, he got a job here in Memphis, so this is where we've been. And then my grandmother is here. My dad's the only child, so he came down here to be with his mom too.
Okay, nice. Nice. So let's talk about your upbringing. Even though you said it was 92, in 92 you were how old?
I was going to the 3rd grade, so I had to be about 9 or 10.
Okay, 9 or 10. So how do you feel that your upbringing, the little traveling that you did do younger, and then your planting here in Memphis, what effect do you think that has on who you are right now?
I think I might be I'm a little more open-minded than most people.
Okay.
Just the last place that we lived before we came here, I lived in Germany. Okay. So at a young age, I gotta get a chance to be exposed to a lot of different cultures, just different things. Then neither one of my parents are from Memphis. My mom was born and raised in Idaho. Okay. My dad was born and raised in Chicago. So it's just a mixture of a lot. And then my summers, all the way up until I'd probably say high school, I spent majority of my summers from baby in California when my grandmother lived there. Okay. She used to teach in California. So I spent majority of my summers there.
Okay.
So it just makes me be a little bit more open-minded, I guess, about a lot of things, different things.
Okay.
So
how do you think the open-mindedness helps with your creativity?
I guess because I'm always looking to, I guess, learn different things. So not be one-dimensional. Okay. I feel like a artist is not going to be one-dimensional. Just opposite of someone who may just be good at something.
Right.
They may just have that one thing that they do. They won't really venture off and do, anything else. You may have somebody that all they eat is nothing but chicken. They don't want to try anything else. But artists like to try different things, dabble in different things. Just most artists anyway like to experience different things. So think that's where it helps me, and not limit myself as an artist. Because a lot of people think that I started off with singing, but I didn't.
Oh, really? Mm-mm. What did you start out with?
Originally, as a child, as far as my first passion, I wanted to be a fashion designer. So I have I should have brought it with me, but I wasn't thinking. But I have a portfolio, which is not even half because somebody stole the portfolio. But I was obsessed with drawing clothes.
Wow.
I still have a thing that's probably about that thick of stuff that I did from middle school up until a little bit of high school, and then I started getting into music. So I did that, and I made jewelry. So before that was a thing to make money, it was just a hobby for me. Mm-hmm. Reading, drawing, making things, anything with my hands as a kid. That's pretty much what I was doing.
Oh, wow. So. Okay. Nice. Yes, I want to see the portfolio.
I wasn't even thinking about bringing that. I was just why didn't I bring that? And I tell people that, and I show them. I love to draw too, so I'm gonna get back into doing that.
Nice.
But as far as really pursuing the singing, that was in high school, and then I did some theater in school. When I graduated out of high school, I dabbled a little bit with singing. I love writing. So actually all of that came first before singing, writing, because my grandmother is a teacher. Mm-hmm. So when we would go to see her in the summer, well, I'm not gonna say it's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. She had this closet full of supplies, books, notepads. So at the end of the summer, our cousins, we had to write either a story or a paragraph of how our summer went. So we were always writing.
Okay. So
and then I got into writing. So I love writing. I love singing, but I love writing. I would love to write for local artists, big name,
songwriting.
Future. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. That's interesting. Let's talk about relationships. And if I was to ask the last person that you were dating, whose fault was it that you all are not together anymore? What do you think they'd say?
Both of ours.
Both of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think he probably would.
Okay.
So.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And how long was that relationship?
We were together for 5 years. Yep.
Okay. And so now you say that you are singular. How is that going for you?
Oh, wow. Because I entered that relationship the last of my 20s. So when I'm 32 now, dating in your 30s is very interesting.
It is.
It's interesting. I think I called one of my friends and I was like, I'm not going to do no dating for the rest of 2017. I said I will try again after my 33rd birthday, but I was just talking. It's interesting. I'm not saying it's not successful or anything like that. I guess it's more so of me really realizing where I am, what I want, what I don't want. As you said, not being apologetic about. I think I've been probably very more bluntly honest with people just because I don't have time. I don't have time for that.
Right.
And then I'm getting to know myself. So I'm getting to know things that I like, I don't like, maybe things that I may be into now that I wasn't, into, and just figuring out really where I am and really what type of relationship that I really want. Because I'm not that same person from 5 years ago. So my wants and my needs are different.
Okay. So what is one thing that when you do go out on a date or are talking to someone long enough that you have to be upfront about? This is...
You talking about as far as me or them? You. Me? I don't know if this is a mean thing to say. I always tell people, I guess because I'm getting older and just with anything, don't really have any expectations. if it's something that you want to do, then you do it. Just because it's something that you would do, don't expect for me to respond the same way, especially if you don't communicate with me and you don't tell me. If you don't tell me what it is that you want, what you need, then your expectations is almost like assuming.
Correct.
How am I supposed to know what you want if you don't let me know? So like that's the thing that I've noticed, because not even with women, men try to say we don't communicate, but men have a hard time, I notice, communicating and saying what they want. I don't know if they're afraid of no, or just what the response would be if they feel like it's not going in their favor or how they imagine, but just communicate. And I'm me. Like, I'm gonna be me all day. That's pretty much what I let them know. Like, if you can't accept me, if you have a problem with any way of how I am, then be honest with yourself. Don't just feel like you just want to stick it out because you think I'm pretty,
right,
or I'm different. If I'm not for everybody, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's
Okay. One thing that I have noticed that in every interview that I've done, communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
Upfront, honest. Look, this is what it is, and I need you to understand so that we can be clear. So I totally understand. Are there rituals in your day-to-day life, certain things that Alma has to do before she starts her day or before she goes to bed? What are those things that are like non-negotiable for you that you find yourself doing?
I'm getting back into that. Like I said, I was in a relationship for 5 years, so I'm like in my transition phase. So some things that I had started doing just because of the, I guess, change of atmosphere from bouncing around trying to get stable. But normally what I would do is get up like early in the morning. I either have like my tea or my coffee. I do my yoga. I sit outside. I normally would sit outside close to like when the sun's coming up. So that's normally like the time I'll have like my tea or my coffee, do my workout, write, whatever thoughts or goals that I want to pursue for that day. So, and that normally is, for me, that helps me. So it's just like a constant like reminder, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So are you working to adjust to work that back into your schedule? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Slowly.
Understood. Understood. So tell us about your artistry. You have so much going on, so just pick a couple.
Okay.
Because you got stuff coming up.
Right. So my artist, my stage name, I go by Alma Almaz, as most of you know. So right now, what I have going on with my artistry, Stephanie, can't think of her last name, but I'm doing this show November the 18th at K3 Cafe, The Softer Side of Life. Okay. So it's her show. She's headlining it, but she is sharing the stage with other artists that will be performing. It's already sold out. Like, nice. It's like only seating 100. So she already sold the tickets already. So that's what I have coming up. I just did Bohemian Wednesdays. Not Bohemian Wednesdays, I'm sorry. I can't think.
Was it at the Den?
Mm-mm.
No?
You performed at the last one. The Heathens Festival.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, I just did that last night.
Okay.
Danica, the Incense Fairy. I know you just had her on here. And Jean, it's a festival they put together. So I saw you perform. And as far as Alma Almaz, right now, that's the only thing that I have going on currently as far as performing. I am supposed to be doing something with Bohemian Wednesdays, which is Donna's event at the Den. But that'll be, I believe, in February, because he's born in February. Me, Tanya Dyson, and it was like 2 other people, so I don't want to give I don't want to give that away too early.
Okay.
But after that, that's the most current thing that I have working on now, as far as Soul Diamond Ink, which also means Alma Almaz. That's I do my like I'll share other people's stuff, but mainly like any events that I do it under Soul Diamond Ink.
Okay.
So I started that last year. I did with Dewan. We did. Well, I can't remember. We had an open mic that we did, and then I did an artist showcase called Preternatural Creatures, which was each month it was the different zodiac signs. So I had different artists for, that month featured. So I did that. I did that at Makita's Cookies, and I feel like I'm forgetting something else. But now what I have coming up November 11th at 10:15 Cooper, I have my Tech Couture Day Party. So you have Stephen A, the DJ, she'll be featuring. So what this event is for, it's just pretty much a day party dedicated to fashion. So I know so many different types of people that have like their own crazy, like just out of this world. You're like, where did you, where did you come from? So I love to see people like really like be like their authentic self. Like, there's nothing wrong with wearing name brand, whatever. I just love to see people be themselves, however it is, whatever it is. If you feel good in it, then that's all that matters. So this is pretty much gonna be fashion, food, music, and some drinks.
Okay.
So, and I have some fun things people can participate. We're going to have when people get there, like the hallway, because you know how the building's a long hallway, it's going to be like a runway.
Oh.
So it's going to be like an impromptu fashion show. So we'll have like the photographers there, being able to take pictures. So that's November 11th at 10:15 Cooper, and the admission is $7.
Okay. And the time?
3 to 7.
3 to 7. 3 to 7. That sounds like fun. Day parties are always cool.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. I had took a pause from doing events earlier this year. I just needed to figure out exactly which way that I wanted to go into. So now I've found kind of what I want to do. So I'm excited about like the different things that I have going on. Yeah, other things for people to look forward to.
Something that's different.
I know you said something about, I guess, like my post and my picture. So I did the infamous picture that everyone has been asking me about is I did a show at Hyatt Lounge. It was a erotic poetry show. So he had like artists come out, like the girls were topless, the guys didn't have anything on, and they're letting the audience draw on them. So it was an erotic poetry show, and so I was part of it, but I was the live model.
Okay.
So you had Rara painting me, but she did like an abstract cartoon version of me. So I had the right titty out is what was out. So I did that, but that's something that I've always been like wanting to do. So I guess some people just thought it was like something that was out of the blue. I was like, no, if you go further down through my posts, I have all kind of stuff on my page. Like for me, it's more so it's for me.
Right.
I've had, talk about relationships. I've had relationships where I was smaller, where I was working out in the gym all the time, and it was like the person that I was with, he just always found something to nitpick about when it came to me, how I dressed. Your booty ain't big enough, and I never cared about any of that stuff. I always been a person like you love you. If you're not happy with something, then you have the option to change those things about yourself. But for somebody else to complain about what you don't have, what you have, or what somebody else has. So for me, when I do those pictures, they're for me. It's to remind me, that it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to be comfortable in your skin. And then two, women, we are sexualized a lot.
Absolutely.
Like a man can walk outside and cut his grass without a shirt on. Won't nobody think anything about it, But if a woman does it, or just breastfeeding, it's automatically people are sexualizing it. It's like, why can't I just be comfortable, in my skin? If it looks good to you, that's all on you, but it's not here for you. But if you are enjoying whatever your interpretation is, because I have to always explain to people, it's art what I'm doing. I'm not there with my legs wide open or doing anything crazy. It's all art. I feel like if I was a celebrity doing, and the stuff that I post is like mild, like it's nothing. I haven't had anything taken down. It's nowhere as crazy as, I would like to go as far as expressing myself. I will get there. I'm just kind of baby stepping.
Understood.
Baby stepping into it.
Understood.
But I feel like people need to learn how to be comfortable with their sexuality, especially women. So most of the time when I do it too, it is for the women, more in the sense of we're around each other. We hear women, "Oh, you're so pretty. I wish my hair was like that," or "I wish my eyelashes was long like that," or "I wish, I had your shape." And I know, just be happy, with yourself. It doesn't, it doesn't matter. So I love to see people just express themselves however it is. I try to go into things, without any judgment at all, because I don't want anyone to. Of course, we know that's gonna happen, but I don't want anyone to really to judge me. In relationships, like even like the stuff that you see, that actually makes it hard for me dating. Like, since I've really allow myself to be like vulnerable, men are not as cool as what they think that they are. They're not like they're not. It's like you can go on there and like all the booty big pictures all day long.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
me, a regular person that you see that's posting something, it's hard for you to handle it. I don't want my woman doing this and da 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 da. But you're attracted to it now. But if I get with you, or now because you have interest in me and we're talking, it has become an issue for you. You don't know how to handle it. Then you're not gonna be able to be in my world. And my world is not necessarily like that. Like, most of the time I'm by myself.
Right.
Like, I'm an introvert. Like, my friends called me a hermit this week. That's like, you need to stop being a hermit. So, I mean, when I'm in my artistry, I'm in my artistry. I'm a free spirit. I got the shirt, got the tattoo. I am, but people, especially men, when they hear free spirit, I don't know what the hell they be thinking. I'm like, no, boo. This is not.
Whatever you think.
That whatever you think it is that is not what a free spirit means, right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
It's dating, careers, all of that, getting older. It's like a balancing act.
Definitely.
Like, right now I'm learning it's okay to be selfish and just really wanting to do what I want to do. Because of my relationship, I wasn't selfish. I gave a whole lot, and that didn't do nothing but enable the both of us. So, and now I'm just like, honey, it's all about me. It's all about me.
And honestly, even in the midst of all the other stuff that goes on with women, being sexualized, that's the reason why I perform. Just because growing up in a world where being a woman and being sexy means being voluptuous and hips and breasts and thighs, I ain't never had none.
It ain't gonna do
none
that.
of it. But hearing it so much and knowing, and like you said, that's what they like, that's what they love on and things of that nature. But then when it comes to the small woman, it seems as if you got to search so far and in between. But I said, when I got 40 and I started embracing, who I am and looking in the mirror like, you to be. So all of that even goes back to that, communicating and being okay with being selfish and being okay with saying, I don't like that. I don't want that. That's not going to happen. But we such nurturing individuals at the core.
Yeah, I am. But lately, the nurturing side has been
pulled out.
Yeah, it's been pulled out the plug. They be like, I don't really know what to tell you right now. I can't really help you with that. I lie about a lot of stuff now. Can you cook? Nope. You clean? Nope. You lie my butt off. So I'm trying to do all of that stuff. My parents have been married for 32 years. two-parent household. I get 2 siblings that are married, beautiful spouses, beautiful family. So, you know, there's still some of that old schoolness about me.
Absolutely.
But then there's like that hippie side of me, you know, where I have my way of thinking when it comes to relationships. That's another reason why it's hard, because you got a lot of these, they too traditional. And I'm like, I'm not that traditional though. Certain things I may be traditional when it comes to relationship, but I have my own way of loving. I want to have my own relationship. Like, I love seeing my mom and my dad together, but that's their relationship. I'm never going to be in a relationship with someone and go through everything they went through to have that relationship.
Absolutely.
That's their
Absolutely.
relationship. It's a great, you know, like, tool to see, but you know, I have my own ways. I'm pretty sure if I actually sat down with my mom and talked to her about some of my ways of thinking, she'd probably look at me like,
yeah,
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, my mom too. That hip, that hand, it does.
Right.
So, hey, but it's cool. It's cool. It's a good balance.
Yeah.
It's a good balance, because us in this day and age being solely traditional, I probably would lose it.
Yeah.
And I think my traditionalness has saved me some, though. So I have to give it props where props
Right. You
are
have
necessary.
you have it. You wear it, you know. But it's just everything, like everything that you've been inspired by, and you just figure out how to make it work for you. And I think that's where I am right now, because I'm learning. I'm a whole new person.
Absolutely.
So it's like I can't really. I would like to actually date, but right now I can't really date because I'm still figuring out exactly like who this woman is, because I'm not the same person that I was. You know, there are some things, but I know I still have like to get to know myself. You know, so I don't know. Even when I was younger, like when I've always had like long-term relationships, and when I get out of them, I'm either like single for almost the time I was in that relationship, or probably maybe like for 2-3 years. As much as I love being in a relationship, because I love being in a relationship, I normally take longer to get in one.
Absolutely.
Because I know I'm in there.
That's right.
I'm in there until you
Fuck up.
Yeah.
So if I said, Alma, give me a song title that would represent your life right now, what would it be?
That is a good one. What song title would represent my life right now? Oh. I'm not sure I'm saying her name right. I like the title. The song is sad as hell. I like the title. I think it's Leanne La Havana's Lost and Found. I like that. And then Jill Scott, Be Prepared. I like the both of them. I feel like Leanne Havana's Lost and Found is like the breakdown of when you have getting out of a relationship. It's like the breakdown, and then Jill Scott's Be Prepared is like the build up, the transition of you, as the people like to say now, is the glow up of yourself. So they're both beautiful songs. I really enjoy the both of them. So I say Lost and Found and Be Prepared would be.
Okay. So give us information one more time about this upcoming couture event.
Okay. So on Facebook and Instagram, you can find me under Alma Almaz, ALMAZ music, and then you can also find me under Soul Diamond Inc. SOULDIAMOND Inc. on Instagram and Facebook. And the next event that I have coming up is the Tacky Couture Day Party, dedicated to fashion. That'll be at 1015 South Cooper from 3 to 7. The admission is $7. Come dressed to impress. Have a good time. Wear your funky threads. So
Are you letting people buy tickets online, or is everything at the door?
Everything's at the door.
Everything's
and then
at
you
the
have
door.
a DJ, Stephanie will be featuring. So she'll be spinning the ones and twos.
That's going to be fun.
And don't forget there will be a impromptu runway. So be ready to stretch your stuff.
That's what's up. Elma, thank you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I truly appreciate you sharing your spirit with me.
Thank you.
My notion for today is it is perfectly okay to be a masterpiece and a work in progress at the same time. This has been Relationship Rhetoric. I'm your host, unapologetically Angela. Peace, love, and enlightenment. Love, sex, desire, drama, lovers, and the others. And we talk about it all here on Relationship